Um, so I wanted to talk to you about songwriting. So your early songwriting experiences are with Davis Daniel and things like that. What specifically are you learning from Davis that you still apply to your craft today?
Um, just how to put together a song. There's a formula to it. I mean,
Hmm.
you can't just you can't write a 9 minute song and have seven verses to it. You just can't do that. So I learned all of that from him. How to put one together and how to
Yeah, that's
condense what
that's
you
called
want to say
bluegrass,
into
right? Seven
two
verses in
verses and a
nine
couple
minutes.
choruses. What's that?
I was just saying that's called bluegrass. Seven
Yeah.
verses in 9 minutes. Oh man. So yeah, there definitely is a structure or a formula to writing songs, and I love to hear what everybody does within that structure because there is no right way or wrong way to use those formulas or structures. What you're doing with your sound and your songwriting is amazing for what you're trying to portray as an artist. You've had a lot of success with a lot of different songs here in Texas and beyond. What do you owe that success to? Do you think?
uh, Man, just writing with some great songwriters. Trent was another great songwriter I learned a lot from. But there's also another one. I've recorded quite a few of his songs, and we write together quite a bit. Mark Nessler.
Okay.
He's from he's from my hometown. He lives in Nashville and has for the last 30 years. But he's from my hometown. Uh, he's got so many number ones I can't even count them on my hands.
Yeah.
Uh, Such a talented songwriter, and why he writes with me, I'll never know. I think he's just giving me the hometown boy treatment, but I'm grateful.
So when you're in the room with someone like that at first, it's going to be very daunting, right? Like,
Yeah, the first time I wrote with him, um, it was a songwrite with Mark Nessler and Tony Martin, and I knew that
oh my
both of them had
gosh.
written all these, yeah, like Just to See You Smile and
Yeah.
Go
Wow.
On for George Strait. I mean, just hit after hit. So it was a little intimidating, but I had my stuff together. I knew, um, I knew what I wanted to write. I had a hook, and I had lines in there that I wanted to incorporate into a song. So I didn't come to the party with nothing. Um, I have done that before, but I
Hmm.
didn't to this one. It went really smoothly.
So when you're around these guys, Mark Nessler, Trent Willman, Davis Daniel, Tony Martin, and you find out like once you get beyond that kind of awe that you're in this room, and you start realizing, hey, I belong here.
Yeah, they're
That's going to
just
be
regular
very
guys just
very
like you.
vindicating, right?
Yeah, they're good old boys just like you. So
Yeah, yeah. I just, man, as a music fan, hearing names like that, man, my mind would just be like, oh my god, how did I get in here? You know what I mean?
yeah, you can fanboy a little bit
Yeah,
if you're a student of country music and you know exactly who these people are.
yeah.
Yeah, you
Because the way
you
I
can
look
psych
at it,
yourself
man,
out.
is like, you have this person in front of you who took an idea out of who knows where, and then next thing you know, you have this song that everybody in the world knows the words to, and here you are trying to do the same thing with this person again. Like, man, that's
Yeah,
got to be something, you know?
and to be honest with you, I don't fancy myself as a songwriter. They do.
Yeah.
Um, so it is a little intimidating because that's their forte and it's not mine. But I'm just grateful to have them in my life.
Yeah, well, you're there and you're creating amazing stuff with them, whether you fancy yourself as a songwriter or not. These songs are just as much yours as
Thank
they
you.
are his or theirs rather. Man, that's great stuff. Do you solo write it all as well, or is it typically co-writing for you?
No, I co-write everything. I don't have I don't know what you call it. Uh, Not patience, but maybe the drive and the um,
Is
to do it by
motivation
myself.
the word?
If I do it by myself, it's going to end up sounding like whatever the last thing I heard
Mm,
that morning.
yeah.
can't, you know.
So you're just worried about the rinse and repeat of what you hear becoming what
Yeah,
you play or write.
yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much.
that's going to be pretty frightening as well. I can see that. Yeah, I wonder how people stop that from happening when they're writing, because it would seem like that would be very easy to do, to just pull something from the air that you've heard subconsciously.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, so would you feel like what you bring to the table from a writing standpoint is more lyrical, or is it more melodical?
it's definitely more melodical. I'm not a lyrical
Okay.
guy. In fact, when I'm even from my time in Atlanta, Georgia, singing 5 nights a week, we would learn like 3 songs every week to add to just you're playing 5 nights a
Mm-hmm.
week. It
Yeah.
can get stale if you don't change your set. So we were learning music, and I realized that I would probably listen to a song 50 times before I would even start listening to the lyrics.
Yeah.
I'm 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 getting the production down. I'm getting all the parts of every instrument in there down, and then I start listening to the words. So yeah, I'm lyrically stupid.
So basically, all that playing music has made you a more versatile musician, and that has helped you with your melodies when you're writing, is what you're saying.
I would say so, but it's a blessing and a curse because I've also been spoiled as a singer, and I've always had a band behind me, a full band. So and there's always that musician part of me that's so strong that when I have to do acoustic shows, I find myself trying to fill all the holes on the guitar that I'm hearing in my head,
Yeah.
and it takes away from the singing. And I'm not the greatest guitar player as it is to begin with, so yeah, it
So
you
you're
hit on
used
the
to all
head.
those layers being there from a sound
Yeah,
standpoint. Yeah, I could
yeah,
see
and so
that.
you
Yeah.
find yourself trying to fill it in on the guitar while you're trying to sing, and
Right. And
it
the
can make
guitar
it
is just
difficult.
meant to be a rhythm instrument for the most part, anyway. At least the acoustic guitar. So, I mean, you're not going to fill the air with very much there, I don't think, unless you add other machines like loops and stuff like that.
Yeah, I just can't make myself just strum and sing it. I hear so much more that should be going on, and
Yeah, I can see what you mean by a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I feel that.
yeah.
That's funny you say that.